All right. And we are live. All right, we'll give this another shot. Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. Shout out to my overseas gang. And shout out to my unsubscribed. If you're unsubscribed, you should go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead. Take a moment, get that done. We'll wait. Make sure everything's plugged all the way in. Audio problems on the last video. I went ahead and made it private. I'm not going to let these random audio problems cause my videos to be tanked. So we're just going to re-record. It's all no big deal. Like I was saying in the last video, you know, there's no difference between an alpha chick and a narcissist. But the same person. Okay? These women are running around doing whatever they want to do. They're racking up bodies. They're getting a lot of attitude. They're completely outside their femininity. It's just a bunch of, you know, doing whatever, saying whatever, getting attitude about everything, and then wanting you to take a knee and do what they tell you to do. Okay? We're not doing it. It's a problem. Here we are. It's just that simple. Okay? So if you have a chick talking about she's an alpha chick, run. Run. Don't wait on nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no one to tell you nothing. Run. Period. Period. It's going to be nothing but a headache. And most women out here, whether they're identifying themselves as that or not, they're still an alpha chick. They still are. They're not in any kind of way feminine. They're not in any kind of way, I'm not going to say submissive, because, you know, we really just want them to cooperate. They're not cooperating. They're meeting up. They're chasing you down because they're masculine as you know what. And then, you know, once they chase you down, they don't know how to interact with you. They have the strangest time making conversations. They have the strangest time being consistent, which we have no problem with. We know what that means. But guess what happens when you identify them as, you know, a streetwalker that they're being, you know? Well, you know what I'm saying, night hound, daywalker, whatever. We confront them, and the first thing they'll do is start calling you weak and everything else. Start shaming you. Listen, just run from them. They got sold a bad dream where they were told they could do whatever they want, collect the bodies, consider the man that they're with as their oppressor, knowing doggone well they're not. But we all got the same oppressor, you know what I mean? But whatever, you know what I mean? But they drank the Kool-Aid, and now here they are with a bunch of bodies. They've dabbled in, you know, bisexuality. So, you know, at this point, you know, they like men and women where they want to admit. If they're doing that, they don't get a pass because they're a woman. If they've messed with women, they've crossed the line that can't be uncrossed. We got to stop giving them a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even cross your mind to do anything like that. But they can do it and get a pass? Nah, man. The reason why they did it is because they're hypersexual in the first place. Okay? So, you know, I'm just saying, with this boss chick, and what else is it? Boss chick, alpha female, aka narcissist. Because all they do is try to manipulate everything. Like, you'll never know the real them. They'll come in with a mask. They study you for a while so they can kind of have a really, you know what I'm saying, finely tuned, articulated mask. You know what I'm saying? So they can come off like the kind of woman you want. But the mask starts slipping. You think that you're losing your girl. You never lost. You're not losing your girl. You never had her. You never had her. She had a mask on. She read you when you first met or heard of you and looked you up. You know what I'm saying? It had a good mask, you know, to be kind of like a mirror of yourself. These are narc tactics, and they don't believe it to be true. These alpha women always want the upper hand, so whenever you're talking to one of them, they're always going to like play the dating game, right? Breadcrumbing, disappearing, trying to get you to bend some type of way, playing it safe, staying away from you for a while, trying to research as much as possible so they don't come off the wrong kind of way. Just a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? How you living? NYC in the house. Yeah, so what you got to do is basically, and I'm going to be real. You guys out there right now that are messing with these women in the streets, y'all playing Russian roulette with your private parts, man. You're living wild and free, and you know it. And you know it. And you know it. Back in the day, I hate saying this because I show my age, 38, but back in the day, women that did cheat, they kept it hidden. Women were not these conduits. They kind of try to keep their numbers low. Now they're racking up numbers and like, well, I'll tell them. I don't care if I do tell them. I might not tell them. And you think while they're racking these numbers up, they're taking the time to go to clinics and go to their OBGYN. And no, they're not. They're out here they're just doing the most, and they're just not even worried about the consequences of it. They're just like doing stuff. And then you guys are out here like, oh, I'm about to snag this hot chick. That hot chick is going to let you snag her because she got some issues and she don't be wanting to tell nobody about. You got to be real careful. They're really trifling nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing horror stories. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just go celibate. I'm not saying, I'm not gonna say that you're gonna definitely, end up with some. I'm just saying, like, if you go by the numbers, right? You're living wild. Because the women nowadays, especially the alpha women, they're trisexuals. You know what I'm saying? They haven't tried it all. So they're dipping into women and they're having men dip into them as two different pools. And it's just a mess. Don't even get bothered. Don't be bothered with it. Don't be bothered with it. Don't listen to them. Right now, they're studying us. They're studying the Sigma. They never talk about the Sigma. Even if people are talking about empaths, they'll never bring up the Sigma empath. They'll say something like super empath or some goofy shit like that, right? Like, they don't want to really bring us up while studying us simultaneously, right? They don't know what to do with us. We think too much. We're too proactive, and we're too well-rounded. So it's too much. So it's like, what can they do? They can't gaslight. They can't manipulate. What can they do? Nothing. That's why they study. Looking for holes at all times. Now, they can look for as many holes they want to. They can look for holes all day long. Whatever holes you end up with, you always are patching them up because you're looking to be the best version of yourself. At all times. Right? You guys do me a favor, if you're watching the replay or if you come up in here, hit that like. There you go. Hit that like button. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Greatly appreciate it. Help the channel. Any of the ones that bounced up out here before hitting the like button were probably females. I want you guys to know that this channel is, this one is 90. Is it this one? The podcast channel? Okay. I think this one's like 90%. And the other one is like 93. Either way it goes, it's 90% men, okay? Basically all men. The whole channel pretty much. So the reason why they're growing like they're growing is because men come through, they do their job. They don't need to look at my face like women do and be looking for imperfections and looking at my mouth. A lot of guys put the phone down, listen to the message, right? Share the lives and all that kind of stuff. The women that come through on my main channel, King David the Chosen, it was 85% women. Guess what? They tried to tank my channel. They stopped, they unsubscribed, they stopped watching. They were doing all this weird stuff with my lives or whatever, having a hard time for my channel to grow because it was mostly women and they get emotional and they react emotionally. So I had to, make some channels for men, and it was a test. I had no idea it was going to work out. It was a test. I'm just like, man, you know what? I want to start over. And I want to make sure that my channels are directed at men. I want to see if men are going to act the same way these females are acting. Completely opposite. Look, one of my channels, when it's 91%, man, I got a video that's been up for 3 weeks. It's over 10K. Listen, I've never had a video over 10K. Period. So that goes to show me What you guys are doing is working. And it also goes to show me my main channel, all the problems I had was because of the audience being mostly women. So I got to find a way to, like, run most of them off so I can get my channel back up and going. And the guys can come over there. So if I build these channels up first, we can go back to the main channel and get that thing back going right. Because the women over there, man, they be playing these goofy games, doing this extra stuff. They love doing this. They love it. So I'm telling you, these alpha women are narcissists. They do all the same thing that narcissists do. Triangulation, gaslighting, you know what I mean? Breadcrumbing, love bombing, trauma bonding, all that stuff. They do the same stuff. They never come into a situation like, hat in hand, humble and trying to get to know you. No, they want to find a way to manipulate and figure things out before they come in so they can have an upper hand. We're not falling for it. So if you guys could do me a favor, hit that like button, continue to share the live wherever, email, text to yourself, whatever, Facebook, whatever. Peace, love, and light. I'll be back on here later on. Take it easy, y'all. Don't work too hard.